In this video, we're going to go over all the shapes for the four major kinds of triads on string set 3, 4, 5 and 4, 5, 6. And the reason we're doing both those string sets is because the shapes are identical on both of them. So if you don't know, I have two other videos going over triads on string set 1, 2, 3. And another one on 2, 3, 4, so this is a continuation of that. So, for example, in the first video we had C major right there, and then we learned to play it on the next string set. And now we're going to go down a string set 3, 4, 5. So this is the G string, the D string, and the A string. Now, because this is so high on the fretboard, let's pick a different chord just to get a little bit more in the middle of the fretboard, and so we can kind of get familiar with the triad shapes here. So let's go all the way down to, let's do E major, so that's going to be at the 7th fret. Now, so let's start with root position. So in root position, you have the 1, the 3, and the 5. And so for E, it's going to be E, G sharp, and B. So the shape for that, 7th fret, 5th string, 6th fret, 4th string, and then the 4th fret on the 3rd string, like that. And so the fingering for that is 4, 3, 1. And there's our shape for a major triad on this string set. So E major. Now, if we want it to be minor, if we want to change it to minor, all we have to do is lower the 3rd. So this is the root, the 3rd, the 5th. So take the 3rd and then play it, lower it down a half step. So this is on the 4th string, 5th fret with your 2nd finger. Now you have E, G, B, or root, minor 3rd, 5th. And then raise the 3rd again to go back to major, like that. All right, let's go to minor. Now, if we lower the 5th, which is the note B on your 1st finger, by a half step, then we're going to get our diminished chord. You can have E, G, and B flat. A little bit of a stretch on this string set. Sorry for all the noise. E, G, B flat, and the fingering is 4, 2, 1. That's E diminished. All right, let's raise the 5th, E minor. Let's raise the 3rd, back to E major. Okay, now let's raise the 5th. So now you've got E, G sharp, and C, and that's E augmented. So you can play that either 4, 3, 2, or 3, 2, 1. And that'll give you your augmented shape. Okay, so now let's try and apply it to a scale. So we've got these 4 shapes. Let's play an E major scale using these triads. So we'll start on E major, and we'll go up the scale. So the next chord in the scale is F sharp minor, which is a whole step away. So remember, you want to try and keep track of the root in all of these. So there's our root. Let's go up a whole step to F sharp. So it'll be right here. And then we have to lower the 3rd to our minor shape. And that gives us F sharp minor. So E major, F sharp minor. The next chord is G sharp minor. So all we have to do is go up a whole step. Same shape. The next chord, the 4 chord, is A major, so go up a half step, go back to your major shape. The next chord is B major, whole step away, same shape. Now the next chord is C sharp minor, and we're getting pretty high up there, but let's see if we can do it. So that's a whole step up, and then change it to minor. Good. Now let's go back down, since we're kind of out of space here. So there's C sharp minor, down to B major, to A major, to G sharp minor, F sharp minor, and back to E major. Now let's continue going down so we can get the diminished chord. So we'll go down a half step. So now we're on D sharp, but we need to change the shape to diminished. So we need to lower the third using our second finger, and then stretch back for the diminished fifth. So again, here's E major, down to D sharp, diminished, and then we can do C sharp minor down here. And then we're out of space again. So altogether that might sound something like this. I'll go down, then go up and go down. So E major, D sharp diminished, C sharp minor, and up. I can almost do it. You get the idea? Back down. That's the E major scale in Triads on string set 3, 4, 5. Now, all these shapes will work exactly the same way on string set 4, 5, 6. So here's E major right here. We could just transfer all that to this position, the 12th pinky on the 12th fret, and all those shapes work. You're just starting in a different place. Okay, back to string set 3, 4, 5. All right, now let's go to first inversion. So here we've got E major. So let's go, the first inversion has the third as the lowest note. So that's going to be up here. There's our G sharp. Here's B, the fifth, and E, the root. So now the root is the highest note. So G sharp, B, E, third, fifth, root. And the way you want to play that is with a bar, a little kind of half bar. So third finger on the 11th fret of string 5, first finger on the 9th fret, string 4, and then first finger also on string 3, 9th fret. Like that. So you're catching those top two notes with one finger because they're on the same fret. Good. So that's your E major chord in first inversion. Good. So you want to try and keep track of that root right there. All right, let's make it minor. So we'll take the third and we'll lower it by going to our second finger on fret 10. There's our E minor. Let's lower the fifth. Keep the other two notes the same. Then you've got E diminished. Okay, raise the fifth. Back to E minor. Raise the third to E major. Now raise the fifth. So now you've got E, G sharp, B sharp. And there is your E augmented chord. And notice it's the exact same shape down here. So the augmented chords will always have the same shape. All right, so that's the three shapes there. Again, we've got E major, E minor, E diminished, back to E minor, back to E major, raise the fifth, and there is E augmented. So now let's do the same scale using these triads in first inversion. So we're going to start on E. And we won't be able to go very high before we have to turn around, but let's do it. And remember, you try and keep track of where the root is. So there's E major. Then we need to go to F sharp minor, which is right here, and just lower that third so you get the right shape. F sharp minor. G sharp minor is the same shape, just up a whole step. And then we've got A major, up a half step. And let's go back down. G sharp minor, F sharp minor, down to E major. Now we're going to continue down, so we're going to get D sharp diminished. So here's D sharp right here, and then we have to change shapes to get D sharp diminished. So third finger, first finger, second finger. Then go down a whole step to C sharp minor. And then down to B major. So I just want to mention again, I'm trying to think about the root being up here and then applying the right shape to it. Good. Now go down to A, so there's A major, and then G sharp minor, back up. C sharp minor, D sharp diminished, and back to G. One other quick note is this E major, you can also play with your fourth finger as the lowest note. Sometimes I find that easier. I noticed I did it when I went down here. I think lower here where you have to spread your hands a little bit. Sometimes the fourth finger is nice to use. All right, let's go to second inversion. So second inversion is with the fifth in the bass. So the fifth of the chord is the lowest note. So let's see if this will work. Yes, we'll go all the way down here to E major down here. So if you're familiar with this open E major chord, it'll be easy to visualize. So you've got the root on the fourth string, the third on the third string, and the fifth on string number 5. And so the way that you would play that is second finger, second fret, string 5, third finger, second fret, string 4, first finger, first fret, string 3. And that gives you your E major chord. Now, let's lower the third. And so since we're down here, we can actually just lift up our first finger, and that gives us E minor. We can lower the fifth. That gives us E diminished. All right, let's raise the fifth. Back to E minor. Let's raise the third. Back to E major. And now let's raise the fifth. And that gives us E diminished over B sharp. So there's our 4 shapes there. It's kind of hard to see the minor shape because we're down here, but you'll see it as we do the scales here. It's kind of that classic bar chord. So let's go through the E major scale. So we've got E major, and again, keep track of that root. It's on the 4th string. E major. Now, if we go up a whole step, this will give us F sharp right there. But we need F sharp minor, so we need to lower the third. And you can tell it's kind of from that minor bar chord there. F sharp minor. G sharp minor is a whole step up. Same shape. Now we'll go to A major. And notice the fingering here, 3, 4, 2. So when you're going between these chords, you want to try and keep some of the same fingerings going, so the third finger and the fourth finger stay on those strings. There's A major, up to B major, whole step up. C sharp minor, so here's C sharp, but lower the third. And now we go up to D sharp, so here's D sharp major, we want to lower the third, and we want to lower the fifth. That gives us our D sharp diminished, and then back to E major. So going descending, E major, D sharp diminished, C sharp minor, B major, A major, G sharp minor, F sharp minor, and E major. So with this, the second inversion, as you ascend, this pinky finger kind of stays in place with the exception of this E chord. You could start here like this. But see, notice how the pinky and the third finger always stay pretty much on the string, and then it's the top voice that's moving. And so all those shapes just transfer perfectly down to the next string set as well. They're exactly the same. And so hopefully as you go through these videos, you'll see that how they're all connected, how you can see C major and then take that top note, lower it an octave, C major, take that top note, lower it an octave. Right, that's what we worked on right now. Take that C major, lower it an octave. So you should start to see C major, C major, C major, C major. And so that's how the guitar is set up. So you should be able to start to see how everything's connected. And the more you can just apply this to scales, I think is really helpful, or even simple progressions. So like if you take let's take this C major chord, and let's take the progression C to F, back to C, and then to G. So it could be something like the idea is there is you're trying to find the closest F and the closest G chord. So you're using three different inversions. You've got root position C, first inversion C, root position F, and second inversion G, and then back to C. Yeah. So it takes time, but I feel like these triad shapes are really something worth spending a lot of time on and really getting to know, because they can really open up the fretboard for you. Anyway, if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.